welcome back to another Rory pop-up. Yes, I am popping up. Why? Because we have something to talk about. We have something to chit-chat about. We have something to kiki about. And Lord, let me tell you, we got something to be messy about. We absolutely do. Now, I am not doing a read today. Why? Because I have been out all day today. And I hadn't been able to be on these internet streets like I usually am because y'all know I be deep in these internet streets finding what the squatties are talking about. I mean, everything, getting all the good tea. But I did not have time to invest in that today. So when I got back, I jumped on these internet streets and I see that the squatties are talking about two main topics. Yes, two things that really has garnered a lot of the squatties' attention. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to make a pop-up about these two topics. Yes, we're going to talk about them. We're going to chit-chat about them. We are going to get in there and see what y'all think about what the squatties are talking about, what they're saying about these two topics. And the first topic is, I guess you could say, is Meghan and Harry, because it's Meghan's post about Harry. Yes, Meghan has been out here posting about her man, just showing a lot of love for her man. And I love it. Y'all know I love some love. Yes, I do. And I love a woman who loves her man. And I love a man who loves his woman. And we all know that Harry and Meghan both embodies those two things. So yes, Meghan made a post about Harry, and Harry was out surfing. Yes, and Meghan posted this post, and it was so sweet. If you hadn't saw it, go over to her Instagram page, and I tell you what, you are going to be, oh, well, it's going to put a smile on your face. I'll put it that way. And basically, it's Harry surfing, and to the music of Salt and Pepper. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Y'all know that song? Yes. Megan said, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man she got. And all I can say is, Megan, I am happy for you, girl. I am, because, yeah, you do have a good man. I am happy for Harry. Harry finally has someone who really loves him. And that just really warms my heart, because y'all know me. That little boy, that little 12-year-old boy who had lost his mother, who had to survive in that institution being used and abused, has finally found someone who really loves him. Harry hadn't had anybody who really loves him since he was 12 years old and his mother died. His mother was the only one, the only person who loved him. And I say that with my full chest, because let's look. Charles did not love Harry. Harry was just a tool. When Harry was born, he wanted a daughter. He did not want another son. And when Harry was born, he told Diana that he was done. He had gave her the heir and the spare, and he went off to play polo. Harry has never been loved by anybody except Diana, and I stand on that. Now, the Queen loved him the way she could, her capacity to love. But the Queen, and her being the monarch, Harry said that he had never really hugged his grandmother before. Now, he loved his grandmother, and his grandmother loved him, but it was at arm's distance. I don't know if she really loved Harry the way Harry needed to be loved. Not like a normal grandmother's love. I'll put it that way. And Harry had to grow up in that institution. And we know how William viewed him. You know, the very one that had gone through all the things that Harry had went through, you know, the same things, the loss of their mother. William still treated Harry with contempt. He really did. He never really loved his brother. Now, Harry loves William, but William has never loved Harry. He has always viewed Harry as a rival, as someone that he wants everything that Harry has. And that right there is why it's a rift between the brothers. It's not because of something Harry has done, it's because of who Harry has married and the life that he has built. That is the reason why it's a rift. But I digress. Y'all know I will go off on a tangent, but I want to get back to this post that Meghan made about her man, her man, her man. Yes. So I'm going to put this up. This is a post from E! News. A Squatty had reposted. Y'all know everything that Harry and Meghan does will make the news, unlike some of those left behinds over there. Well, what am I saying? All those left behinds over there. I'm telling you, they would literally have to set themselves on fire to get half of the coverage that Harry and Meghan does, or Meghan does by posting something on her Instagram page. But I digress. I digress. This Squatty posted this from E! News. It says, hashtag Meghan Markle is showering her husband with love. The With Love Meghan star celebrated hashtag Prince Harry's impressive surfing talents by sharing a flirty message alongside a video of him showing off the water, meaning that he was out here surfing. Harry had his cap turned back and he was absolutely catching the waves. And he was looking pretty tasty. And Meghan posted the video of him surfing and put the song by Salt and Pepper to the video. You know, the one I said earlier, I think I said it earlier. It is, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, yes, yes. And like I said, he is that. He really is. So I just love it. And this particular Squatty posted this, said, not Meghan, my man, my man, my man, us on this blessed day. I'm effing loving her. No wonder Prince Harry walked like he could walk on water. She built that man brick by effing brick. Now, I don't know if I totally agree with that, because Harry was a spectacular man prior to Meghan. He really was. And Meghan was a spectacular woman prior to Harry. But now, after they met and fell in love and have built this wonderful family and this wonderful life, I would say yes, they have gotten even more spectacular individually and together. Because like I said, these are two people who was really terrific people before they met each other. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that point. Harry had so many accolades. He was this kind, caring, decent person in spite of being raised in that cold institution. He was this person prior to Meghan. And Meghan was this smart, intelligent, kind, caring woman prior to meeting Harry. And when they got together, they really didn't change. They grew in these assets. So I tend to kind of back away from saying that Meghan built Harry. Meghan didn't build Harry no more than Harry built Meghan. But together, boy, did they build a wonderful life. That's what I would say. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this one up. And of course, the Squatties had to rub their nose in it. Yes, we could not resist. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the derangers, the trolls, the haters, the ugly old hags, the flying monkeys, all of the smelly, smelly old skanks, and the toadies. Yes, the squatties could not resist but to rub their nose in it because we all know they write article after article after article, or they're always on our timelines talking about how Harry wants to go back to his old life, but William doesn't want him. Charles doesn't want him. And yet and still we keep getting pictures like this. And every time Harry is in front of a camera or has the access to a microphone, Harry is always saying that he ain't never coming back. He ain't never coming back. So this particular squatty posted this just to remind them that Harry is living his best life. And when he said he is not coming back, he means that. And look what this squatty said. The British media. Prince Harry's depressed and desperate to return to the UK. Reality. Prince Harry is a hunk and is surfing in sunny California. There you go. Because nobody in their right mind, and we all know the British media, they're not in their right minds. That's why they keep on with this nonsense. But nobody in their right mind who has the ability to reason and see what is going on would ever believe that Harry would want to return to a situation where he has no control over his finance, no control over his life, and to be constantly and consistently scapegoated for his father and his brother. So, no, Harry is living his best life with his family. He finally has a family, and he is the head of his own family, and he is loved, he is embraced, he is happy. Why in the world would he want to return to those snakes, to those stinging scorpions? I mean, why? But they love to tell themselves this to make themselves feel better because rejection is something that we have learned through these past 6 going on 7 years that nobody across that pond, meaning the British media or that family over there, can handle. They cannot handle the rejection because Meghan showed up over there and she was not impressed. And they haven't been able to get over it since. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this squatty right here, I'm telling you, I'm loving her. I am. I love what she is saying in this particular post. She says this: Meghan letting the mad hoes know that Ginger still won't get up off of her child. IKTR. I know that's right. Yes, yes, yes. And let me tell you, the hoes are mad. I'm telling you, my timeline is filled up with little tooth, big tooth, pie face, Taz. All of them got something to say. They really do. These women who do not have the same kind of man that Harry is in their lives. And when it comes to little tooth, big tooth, she doesn't even have a man, period. All she has is fat ankles. And I digress on that particular point, but I'm not lying about it. And she is the most bitter of them all. She made this post about how Harry needs to get out of the kiddie pool and all this nonsense. And she just absolutely cannot get over the fact of how Harry loves Meghan and how Meghan loves up on Harry. And it triggers something in her. It really do. It should trigger a diet, but we know that that would never happen. Because if you ever saw Little Too Big Too, whew, I'm telling you, if she was out in the ocean, she would not have to worry about drowning because them cankles of hers would keep her afloat like any floaty that you can buy at any sporting goods store. Let me tell you, them balloons that she has at the top of her feet will absolutely save her life. But I digress. Yes, they are mad. They are big mad. And that is the reason why I am loving it. I love seeing Meghan be proud of her man because he deserves it. He absolutely does. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. This squatty said, so how long do y'all think it'll be before the anti-Sussex accounts that have been silent through all of the negative William and Kate headline clocks back in because Meghan just posted her husband, Harry, on IG. And when I say IG, I mean her own IG account, her own page. They be over there snooping and trying to see what Meghan is posting. I never go on Kensington Royal because I could care less what those folks are posting over there. That is where the sickness, that is the root of the sickness, that they cannot stop themselves. They cannot help themselves. But yes, they've been really on mute here lately when all of the rags over there has been dragging Willy and Kitty. Yes, they have been on mute mode. They have. But we all know, yes, they started to peek their head above ground today, talking about Harry, talking about Meghan, posting about her own husband. And I just love it for them. You have to be a bitter, bitter biatch to hate on a woman loving her husband. I'm going to leave it there. All right, y'all. I'm going to talk about the second story. The second big topic that the squatties are talking about on these internet streets is this article from LBC. And for some reason, which we all know what the reason is, and that is it's dragon season for Willy and Kitty when it comes to those rags over there. They're mad because Willy and Kitty are, they've made up their mind. They're setting the groundwork for becoming part-time king and queen to absolutely just mail it in. They don't want to do anything, and it's dawning on all of those royal rats over there that they're circling the drain right now, but they're going to slip down the drain the minute these people take over because it's not going to be any content for them because they're going to be too busy over there at Forest Lodge trying to simulate Harry and Meghan's lifestyle. And they're not going to get anything. They have helped create this monster, and now they're coming to the realization that it's just not going to work for them. This whole business model that William has worked out is just not going to work for them. They're not going to have jobs anymore. And they are having a full-on temper tantrum. And so this is the reason why this particular article has been written, 6 years late? Because let's not forget, it was 6 or 7 years ago that this happened when William put his finger in Meghan's face. And now they're just writing about it. Now they're just framing him as a bully, as an aggressor. But they wouldn't do that back during the time when it happened because of the invisible contract, because they were stooling for Willy and Kitty. Well, now they're mad. Now it's mad day. And now they just want to tell the truth finally. But I hate to tell them, it really don't matter no more. It really just don't. Because Willie and Kitty has made up their minds on how things are going to go. It's not going to be any more foreign tours. You're not going to really see them at any of these occasions, events, that, Her Majesty the Queen was there at every one. And Charles, he pretty much shows up as at everyone as well. But William has signaled that he is not going to be that. He's not going to be that kind of monarch. He is just going to be the kind of monarch that takes your money and gives you nothing in return. Something like a grifter, something like a scammer. Yes, that's the kind of monarch he's going to be. And boy, are they really trying to get him back under control, trying to get him to heal. And this is what this article is all about. Helping the other rags, they have joined together and they are trying to bring Kitty and Willie to heal. I'm just saying. But I'm going to put it up. And the name of the article is Take Your Finger Out of My Face, Meghan's Heated Showdown with Prince William after Kate comment. Now we are 7 years on and they're finally starting to write about this. I think they're just going through spare, trying to pick out something to write about to try to show Willie and Kitty in a negative light. Like I said, trying to get them to heal, trying to get them back where they need to be. So none of them have to go down on the sinking ship. Because let's not get it twisted. The ship has a hole in it. And if you look on the side of it, it says Titanic, the monarchy. Yeah, so they are trying all they can to keep the ship from going down. But Peggy and Kitty are determined to let her sink. Yes, if it means that they got to work to keep it afloat. They said, let it go down. And I'm telling you, I cannot wait. My pantry is stocked up to the brim with popcorn, and all I want to do is to sit back and watch the show. Yes, yes, yes. But let's get back to this article. I don't have too many comments about it because we all know the story. We do. We know that he tried to bully Meghan like he bullies his wife. And Meghan was having none of it. When I tell you none of it, she was having none of it. Because I don't know how it's perceived in the United Kingdom, but here in America, to put your finger in someone's face is a huge, huge insult. It is right up there with spitting on someone and kicking their dog. I'm telling you, people move the furniture about stuff like that and have no problem in doing it. Yes, just will rearrange your furniture if you put your finger in their face here in America. But I digress. Let's get into this article. Like I said, I'm not going to speak much on it because, we all know what this is about. Like I said, this rehashing of history, just trying to do what they should have did when it first came out, when they first learned of it, instead of propping up, protecting, and trying to make these mediocres something that they're not, shilling for them. They have finally decided that, y'all, we got to get this thing handled. And so they're trying to handle William and Kitty. But I digress. This article, like I said, the only thing that I really want to discuss about it is Kitty's role in this whole thing, this whole putting the finger in Meghan's face. Now, as I go through this article and I start analyzing and coming up with my own theories, I have come to the conclusion that I believe that this was a double team. meaning that this was coordinated between Willy and Kitty in order to humiliate and to humble Meghan, because they have felt that Meghan was not grateful enough. Meghan was not impressed enough. Meghan just was not, like I said, she just did not fall on her knees and lick their boots like they were expecting her to. That Meghan came in with an expectation that she was going to be treated with some respect, that she was equal to them, and this was their attempt to humble her, to absolutely humiliate her, to put her in her place. And that is the reason why I feel, and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I feel that this is something that they had long conversations about, and they invited Harry and Meghan over there to this luxurious apartment to show them that we are the big dogs, okay? And you need to understand what your place is, and it is not equal to us. That's my thought. And I have another thought I want to put out too, that how diabolical is Kitty Cat to use something as little as a throw off line as baby brain to build it up as something that she's insulted by. And somehow William has to come in and put Meghan in her place, saying that she does not know her well enough to talk about her hormones. Can you believe that nonsense? Her hormones. Meghan is not allowed to talk about her hormones, meaning saying baby brain. This was all made up. They sit around, went through all the things that Meghan had said in their encounters, and they decided we're going to use this. We will humble her. We will humble her. She is so much better than us. We have to break her. We have to break her, because that right there had been their goal ever since Meghan put her size 7.5 Aquazora pump on that island nation and showed them her excellence. They have been after her to break her. First, their first goal was to not allow her to stay at all, for Harry not to marry her. And then, after they were unable to stop that, it was to break her. And that's what all of this nonsense was about. But he was not expecting any pushback, because that little bony, crooked finger has been in so many people's face. And he has never been told that he needs to take it out of their face. Because we all know Kate doesn't say anything. We even have a picture of Kate with her, her response to him putting his finger in her face. Yet and still, because she falls back. Everything about what he says or does, she falls back. He was not used to having someone who didn't fall back. And then that made him go in harder and harder and harder, trying to break Meghan. That is why he is so angry. They talking about the rift is about um Harry saying this, right and spare and all that. No, the riff is about, and the way the riff started is Harry married someone better. He married someone better than them, and she was not a royal by blood. And it just disproved all of the nonsense of their superiority, and they could not handle it, especially William. He definitely could not have, he couldn't have it. He could not have his baby brother having the best, having the better of him. So that's all I really got out of this article because, like I said, the, the British press is having a tantrum and has decided to rehash all of the things that they should have reported on 7, 8 years ago. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this one up. And this Squatty comments on this article and said this: I will forever be incredibly proud of her for standing up to an incandescent bully. Well done, Meghan, for knowing your worth and saying F that SHIT and got out of the circus. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And they haven't been the same since. They haven't. Nobody across that pond, the British media, that family, hasn't been the same since. And I just love it for them. I do. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. This is going to be my last one, but this particular squatter was commenting on that article as well and said this: work shy Willie likes to shove his finger in women's faces. Kate Middleton will tolerate that SHIT. But the biggest mistake was to try that BS with a no nonsense American biracial woman who knows her self worth. Where is the lie? But I always go back to this picture right here. You see this picture? Willie wanted Meghan because he knew her value as well. And he knew that Harry had scored better than him. On the wife chart, Meghan absolutely outpaced Kate at every turn. She checked every box that Kate did not even come close to checking. And he had a problem with it. This look right here, the way he's looking at Meghan, and knowing the background story of how he had tried to, and my belief, stop the wedding to look at the bride like he is looking at Meghan, that is telling to me. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but that's my belief. And in the other picture, he is pointing at Kate, and look at Kate's face. Kate knows what that means, and boy, is she falling back. She is falling back, and she looks like she's scared. Y'all tell me what you think about that as well. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. See you later. Bye.